beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.
What's up, family? Welcome to another edition of Talk Show Kings. Oh, I'm not king at all. Hold on, D. Joe Biden? D. Joe Biden.
And the thing about what the CDC is saying now is that once these tests are allocated to the people that need the test, those numbers are going to skyrocket it.
We can do that. Hey, you can go to Egypt, but you better have your little black ass back on this board. Hey, that street light come on, you ain't there.
If I give my woman 100% and she hurts me, see, I ain't got nothing to give nobody else because she's taking it all. Hey. Welcome to another wonderful show. You are tuned in to one of the hottest, and the baddest talk show on this side of Atlanta, Georgia. Furthermore, best talk show in the South. You are tuned in now to Talk Show Kings. I'm your host for the evening. My name is King Lundy, along with the other hosts. But before we go there, we're going to give a shout out to the people that make this thing happen behind the scenes. And you know the one, our main guy, our executive producer, Mr. Felix Washington.
Felix.
Also, we want to give a great shout out to our media director, Miss none other, Shantae Barksdale.
Shantae in the building.
And we got a new teammate.
Yep.
He's
Technical
the
director.
hottest thing on the block right now. He's our technician, our camera guy. You can say he's our everything. Our main man, Jason. Welcome aboard.
Jason Poole in the building.
Talk Show Kings. Now, I'm going to do what I do best. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, starting with my...
Hey, man, King Mel, I'm back in the building, ready to get another good show going for y'all. Hey, y'all tune in, comment, let us know what y'all think. We ready for the feedback, man.
Absolutely. Doc.
Hey, this is King Doc coming at you live from the ATL. Well, we're coming at you live from Douglasville, Georgia, out here on TV 1061. Yeah, we finna do this thing. It's time to turn up, y'all. I hope y'all ready.
Absolutely.
We want to hear from you, too.
And my man...
Peace and blessings to my family worldwide. I want to shout out my family in Florida, especially. Shout out my brother Adrian, my sister Deidre, my family over in Japan, everywhere. Y'all didn't know before. You gonna learn today.
Oh, you gonna learn. You gonna learn today.
And last but not least, our hearts and our prayers go out. This is October. This is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Oh, who are
we
you?
want to just thank you so much. I'm a cancer survivor myself, but to the breast cancer survivors, family members, loved ones, you know who you are.
Definitely.
Praise, glory be to God. Thank you for surviving and just keep hope alive and understand that we are all pulling together in this fight against this deadly disease. Now, we're going to get into the show. If you've been watching the news lately, you saw our president has come to succumb to coronavirus. This is the same man that prohibited wearing masks for not only himself, but a lot of people in the White House were not even wearing masks because they saw him by example was not wearing White House. Well, recently he was admitted to Walter Reed Hospital in Maryland, which he's now in recovery there, and he's yet to try to get out of there. The doctors will not release him. So we're going to go to the Kings and ask them. A lot of people, Doc, are saying he's faking or he's doing a campaign ploy. What do you guys think as far as the coronavirus is concerned with Donald Trump?
Today in church, the pastor said, I would like for the congregation to pray for our president.
Right.
And Mother Brown in the front row said, what the fuck? I didn't even know she cussed. It took me a long time to stop laughing at that. Okay, that's a joke, y'all. But initially, I was up the day that it was announced, and I was having a bout of insomnia. So it was about 2 o'clock in the morning on CNN. They said that the president may have the coronavirus because of Hicks, because Hicks was diagnosed positive. And then later on at night, supposedly he was waiting for results. Now, I'm fully aware that the president has the quick results so he can get his results back in 15 minutes.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I was wondering, what are they waiting on? And then right before I went to sleep, about 5:30, they actually said that he was diagnosed positive, him and melanoma. I'm sorry.
Melania.
Not melanoma.
Melania?
Malignant. Him and she
First
and he.
of all, don't insult such serious illnesses with that. Don't you ever do that.
I apologize. Meatloaf.
That part.
Yes.
You know. Okay. So, listen, man. I don't think that it's funny. I don't find anybody being down because you guys had it. You know what I'm saying? You guys both had to go through this, and y'all my brothers. And I watched what y'all go through. We had to shut the show down because of this, right?
Right.
Here's the thing, though, man. If you have somebody who takes everything as a joke, it's like the boy who cried wolf.
Right.
You kept crying wolf, and then nobody believed you. You took a serious disease and acted like it was just worth nothing to you. People's lives were worth nothing to you. Now, 207,000 people later, you and your family have it. Well, all we want to know as people is, do you take it seriously now? Or is it still a game to you?
Good question.
Your wife, your son, your daughter, possibly your younger son, because he's around you and your wife. You know, this is something that can affect you and your kids' well-being. What do you take it serious now? That's all I want to know.
I think it's definitely a case of some karma involved
Boom.
going on
Yeah, you
with
gotta
with
say
Donald
that.
Trump. Now listen,
Definitely
right.
I'm not a brother to wish ill on anybody. You
At
know,
all.
I hope the man recovers.
Absolutely.
He's a human and he's
Yeah,
entitled to life just like
absolutely.
anybody else.
Yes, sir.
Facts.
But it's definitely some karma going on
Definitely.
based on what this man has been doing in office the last 6 months.
I agree
You know,
wholeheartedly.
kind of ignoring it, not really taking it seriously. Didn't seem like he was real concerned with it from jump.
Right.
Tried to downplay it, and now, you know, he's in a hospital suffering from it. My question is, do you guys think it is really a mild case, like they're saying? Because they announced he was positive, and then
Yeah.
immediately he going to the hospital.
Yeah,
I
well-
think he's sicker
Right.
than
Right.
they are saying
Right.
he is.
Now, speaking from experience, and I guess Doc can piggyback on this, if it was real serious, you would be on a breather machine.
This is true.
Doc has a CPAP machine. I also have a CPAP machine. Who don't know what a CPAP machine is? A CPAP machine is when you have sleep apnea. It helps you sleep during the night. It controls your breathing intake, so to speak. And I use my CPAP machine,
So did I.
something as a breathing mechanism, and it helped me because I only had a mild case of it. In Donald Trump's position, they are saying that he's not on a ventilator and he has a mild case. As a matter of fact, he did an interview from his hospital room, and he was saying he's okay, he feels great, and he's ready to get back to work. So when a guy said, I'm ready to get back to work, then it can't be that serious.
serious.
Absolutely.
Donald Trump is a moron.
Yeah.
When I had the disease, the first week, I felt nothing.
Yeah.
I felt nothing. I found out that Lundy had it, so I went and got tested. And I was turned back 6 different times because I felt nothing. I went to the emergency room at the VA, and then I was tested, and I didn't feel anything, and I was positive. So at that time, I isolated myself from that point. It was during the second week when everything that hit me, and I almost died.
All at the same time.
Well, no. The first thing happened, it happened one day. I noticed that when I was drinking, I'm a big lemonade person.
Yeah.
I was drinking lemonade, and it just felt wet in my mouth. I couldn't taste anything. And I'm like, that's weird. So then I took a shower, and I sprayed on my cologne. I wear cologne every day.
couldn't smell it.
Couldn't smell it. I'm like, something's wrong. So
Taste, smell.
taste,
gone.
smell, gone.
Same time.
Same time,
yeah.
gone, same day. So, I was already isolating myself though. So I was like, okay, that's not that bad. But it continuously got worse to the point where I lost track of time, to the point where I couldn't breathe. I had to make a pallet on the floor because I was so dizzy that I couldn't even go to the restroom. I would crawl to the restroom and hold the walls to not fall off of the restroom. I couldn't stand up to get in my bed because I seriously thought I was dying. So, and then I find out that with Trump, after he found out Hicks was positive, he went to an event. So he knew that he was exposed and went to an event where they didn't wear masks.
Still went
so
to an
he,
event. Yeah,
exactly. So he's
absolutely, I
exposing
saw
all
that.
these other people
Yeah.
to the thing. Yes, sir.
Okay, so I was reading up on that, right? They said it was 2 or 3 days before that. Then they said no, it was the day of or something like that. They're trying to manipulate the story, right?
Always.
But I also found out that I was reading today. They were saying that he has been on the breathing machine twice so
I
far.
hadn't heard that one.
Yeah,
I
I
haven't
was
heard
reading it.
that
It's
one.
been on twice so far.
Yeah.
My thing is, at this point, as American people, right? I don't care what color you are. I just want to know. Is this the kind of person that you want in charge for another 4 years?
Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
a really valid question.
Because
Yeah.
at this point, if this man
What-
doesn't
what-
take his
no
own
matter what
family,
side you on politically.
it doesn't.
Yeah,
It doesn't.
yeah.
I'm not looking for the political side. I'm looking for a Republican or Democrat or Independent. I'm not looking for any of that. What I'm asking is this what you want for the next 4 years? Someone who doesn't even take his own family's life serious. You know? If he doesn't take his own family's life serious,
Right.
what makes you think he's going to take yours or your children's life serious
Right.
or your grandparents' life serious?
That
you
is-
know,
He
that is
didn't.
such
He
a
didn't
valid
even.
it's
point.
207,000 later,
That's
and now
good.
you
Yeah.
have been diagnosed
Yeah.
with it.
He didn't release
Right.
that he had it. He didn't release that Hicks had it.
Yeah,
it
not
went out.
going to.
a
Why would you
newspaper.
release
Somebody
that
else
you have
did
it?
release it.
Why
Yeah.
would he release it? Because
see-
he's throwing these rallies and having
see-
60, 70,000 people gathering,
And
and,
it's
nobody's in mass.
And it's campaign time.
That's
I
what
know
I'm
this
saying.
is exactly-
He's
it's campaign
going.
time.
I know
So
this is.
He
I
was
know this
scheduled to
isn't
go to
funny
like 4 different places that day.
Exactly. To
But
win
I'm saying,
a
I
campaign,
know this isn't funny
you
to
need
some
to
people.
be there front and center
Absolutely.
to win a campaign. But we all know that one thing about coronavirus
Yeah.
is it doesn't care if you're black or white.
It doesn't.
It does not care if you're rich or poor. It does not exclude if you're a Republican or a Democrat.
Does it?
The coronavirus, when it comes, and it does not care who you
Yes.
are.
So-
Even if you the leader of
Is
the
it
free
safe
world.
So
to
let me ask
Yeah.
you all a question. Now that our president has coronavirus and he's been on a breathing machine twice,
Right.
I mean, and there's an election in the next month, how do you think it is going to affect the election? For example, you're a diehard Republican. Okay.
Right.
You're a staunch Trump supporter.
Okay.
But your president, who has been denying this disease for the last 6 months, is now suffering from it and
Right.
suffering hard. Dude is in a hospital. He ain't at the White House. How do you still justify voting for this man? Explain it to me.
From what I've seen, the Trump supporters are saying, well, he's a warrior. They know he's going to pull through it. They're seeing him as some kind of now he's
Like a
fighting.
demigod?
He's
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
he's always
yeah.
been a demigod.
Yeah.
Excuse me, a demigod to them.
Not Nimrod.
The guy, no matter what he says or does, his followers are going to support him. That's one
Absolutely.
thing people don't realize. I see
Yeah.
people bashing Biden for what he said 40 years ago when he was a separatist and he didn't want African Americans and Caucasians in the same school. He didn't want, I hear when they talk about how he helped write that
Yeah.
bill with Bill Clinton where it was sending people to
strikes
jail,
law.
mass
Yeah.
incarceration.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's come back and apologized for both of those so many times. It's ridiculous.
Right.
But people are still trying to hold that against him to put him
course.
down.
Of
But
course, yeah.
there's no way that I would go with somebody who was racist and has denounced it and continuously denounces it than somebody who is racist and
Right.
talks about and shows that he supports racism constantly.
My question,
But
though,
that's me.
my question though doesn't really relate to the racism aspect.
Right.
It
It's
does to me.
simply this dude is in the hospital with COVID-19.
Right. Okay.
How you gonna vote for him?
Well, I tell you what, and let me answer this, I'll let you know. There's a little over 3 weeks until November 3rd, to the election, over 3 weeks. I would say that at least 75% of American voters has already
Made
in
their
their mind
decision.
made their decision
Sure they have.
on who they're going to vote for. If you make a decision now on who you're going to vote for, then chances are you're probably going to vote for the wrong person. So by them already, and if you look at the polls, 4 years ago, Donald Trump won Georgia. But now Biden is 52 to 48 over Trump in Georgia. And Georgia is, from many, many years, a Republican state, so to speak.
Red state.
Absolutely.
Red state.
So, by that being said, the race is close. The race is going to be tight. So Trump being the musician that he is, he's going into his bag of tricks. And he's coming
That's
out
it. That's
with
exactly
just
what I
about
thought.
any.
Okay, so
it's close. It's getting close.
Now, let's talk about that.
Absolutely.
Let's-
So that vote is wavering.
question that you
I
asked.
want to answer your question.
Sorry,
though.
go ahead. I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead, Mel.
Because you said whether you're Republican or Democrat, right? Look, at this point, your respective party doesn't matter. I need for anybody who's looking at this situation, anybody who's watching the show, listen. Oh, by the way, hi Angela, I seen you spoke. How you doing? Listen. At any point in time, you have to become head of your household, a man, a human being. Parties be damned. Do you want a man who takes nothing seriously except for his own well-being and his wealth to be leading a country or leading your family or the free world as we call it over here, right? If you can't take something this seriously, I can't afford to have you taking my family's future, financial well-being, or anything else seriously. Because as it goes, bro, you now have COVID after 207,000 people have died. I have yet to see, if people are saying, oh, he's gonna pull through, he's a warrior. What about the other 207,000 people that fought for their lives and he didn't take it seriously?
Right.
Was he a warrior for them?
Right.
Wow.
Or was he a
great-
death sentence?
Great question, man.
That's all I'm
And we
asking.
want you
Great
to
question.
hold that
Great point,
thought
bro.
until we come
Great.
back, and we'll be right back. You are tuned in to one of the baddest shows of the South, Talk Show Kings. We'll be back.
Good afternoon. I'm Lieutenant Elmer Horn with Douglas County Sheriff's Office, and we're here at one of our communities, and Sheriff Pounds is here with us. And Sheriff Pounds is very involved in his communities, and he come out. We brought out our grill and our smoker so we can come out and help cook for this community. And Sheriff Pounds himself has come out and helped cook with us, and he's here to cook and help these folks today.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the programs that I call Taking My Community Back. If you don't get out there and get involved in your community, you ain't gonna be able to get it back. And the sad part about it, we losing our young men at such a pace that it's unreal. We got to come up with something that will help us with these children. Got to. So this is what I'm doing. I love it. I'm out here in the sun. It's hot, but like I said earlier, we're gonna do these until we get that gap between law enforcement and the community bridge. We're gonna bridge that gap because we're gonna get out of here, we're gonna shake hands, we're gonna find out if they got any kind of problem we can assist them with, and invite them to the sheriff's office and come to the roll call. Just come see what's going on at the office. Thank y'all so much for being here.
Thank you, Sheriff Pounds. And like I said, this is just one of many events that we bring this grill out to.
Today's world exposes our youth to life experiences that are well beyond that which their years should allow. Violence, trauma, poverty, injustice. Our children's lives and their livelihoods are in constant danger. Wisdom Inc. is a community-based organization designed to save young lives by reducing violence and assisting youth in their personal development. Wisdom stands for wise individuals structuring and developing youthful minds. Through our collective wisdom, we can change lives for the better. Wisdom Inc. Reducing violence, developing youth, saving lives.
And you're back. Doc, give me a joke. I need to hear.
I don't know no jokes, but I'll tell you this, I don't trust doctors.
Why?
The doctor told me I had 6 months to live.
How long?
So I shot him. Pow!
Yeah.
Judge gave me 30 years.
Godly.
Hey, I'm just telling you.
And there you have
I'm
it.
just telling you. Hey, I don't trust doctors. I'm
You
telling
are tuned in to Talk Show Kings. Before we left, we were speaking on the president and the coronavirus issue. Coronavirus is something serious, I tell you. We are living a abnormal type of living. We are going through it, but through prayer does change things. So let's keep our prayers together and have the prayer warriors come together, and let's just continue to do what we do. Great shout out to my cousin, Demetrius Ball-Hurst. Happy birthday to you, love. Thank you so much for yesterday.
Happy birthday.
I'm your host for the
Happy
evening. My name is
birthday.
King Lundy. Forgot to say that at the top of the show. This is my man, King Trevor.
King Trevor.
King Doc.
King
and
Doc.
King Mel.
King Mel.
And we are your
Talk
Talk
Show
Show
Kings.
Kings.
You know it.
Having big fun out in
And
TV
TV
1061
1061
here
here
in
in
Douglasville,
Douglasville, Georgia. You heard it.
But I'm a Florida boy.
If you believe that Donald Trump has coronavirus, text us. Come to the show live. Let us know. Chime in.
Yeah,
Talk
give us
to
your perspective.
Doc will talk back to you. Or Mel will talk back to
Hopefully
you.
they're
Or
ready.
Trevor will talk back to you. We'll talk back
So-
to you.
so
just
just-
give us an insight.
So
Go ahead,
just,
Trevor.
just real quick, close out
Yes,
this
sir.
topic. You don't believe he has it. You think you think he lying.
No, I don't. I think that if he were lying, that means that the doctors would also have to be lying.
Okay.
And their credibility means anything. Malpractice lawsuit, for instance. I don't think nobody would want to lose their license for lying about the president having COVID. So I do think he have COVID. I think that the level for which is in his system could be problematic, because a lot of times the leader of the free world, they don't want to tell you, well, he's in an vending machine dead because
Sure.
people will worry.
Oh, man.
If he dead, I don't think he would be on the vending machine.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Put
put
it
a dead
up.
person
on limb here
Yeah.
and just say some of the doctors probably won't care about lying as long as the paycheck is big enough.
And as long as he's the
I mean,
president. I mean,
yeah.
this president's
But
got.
you can listen. I'm gonna use an example of Rose Art crayons. Rose Art crayons had a thing for a while that said non-toxic, but then they found some of Rose Art crayons just recently, as 2 years ago, 2-3 years ago, right? The Rose Art crayons, some of them contain asbestos.
Well, I hope you stop
But
eating
you can buy
crayons.
anything if the money's right.
Yeah.
So if you can put non-toxic on some crayons and still have asbestos in it, a doctor will lie about COVID results.
So you think it's a
Can
hoax?
y'all write
I'm
us
not saying
and
he
a
doesn't
campaign
have it. What I'm
hoax.
saying is a doctor can
Will lie.
and will lie
Yeah.
for the right amount of
Oh,
money.
yeah. Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, he's
Oh,
the
yeah.
president, so he definitely
Oh,
can
yeah.
coerce people.
I
And
just don't
please
think-
write us and tell Mel
Yeah.
to stop eating crayon.
Yeah,
Cordell,
I gotta stop.
Cordell White, hey, Cordell, Angela Smith. Is
Hey,
this
Angela.
Christian? Is that you, bruh? Oh, hey, Angie. Angie says hey to the Kings. Tyrus
Hey.
Bull Arnold. What's up, Bull? Escariz Triplet. What's up, bro, Trip? Shamika White. Hey, Mika. Y'all being quiet now. Y'all got to talk to us. You know how we feed off of y'all
Yeah.
comments. We gonna jump to another subject, aren't we? Because I want to go in
Absolutely.
on Trump, but
Absolutely.
we need to go to something else.
Absolutely. We are going to, and we've all shared our opinion on this subject. We've researched, we've talked about it, and we have some personal aspects on the black man within the family unit. Over the course of the years, the black man in the family unit, his power of success, his power of struggle, his power of leading the black family has somewhat gone down. Women are now head of households. When they get their IRS forms now, they are actually filing head of households. When we were coming up, when we were younger, the father pretty much was the head of household. The father did the things that a man is supposed to do. As the Kings and I bring to you, we want your opinion, and we want you to tell us, why is the black man declining in his own household? Doc, starting with you.
Well, from what I see, the roles have actually changed.
Right.
Whereas men were once expected to be the leaders, once expected to be strong. Even if we weren't the most educated, we still had that strength and we were the protectors. We
Right.
provided safety and we gave our children a sense of safety. I don't see that anymore.
Right.
I really don't. My dad, everybody on my block knew my dad.
Yeah,
So they
I
knew
heard
that
that,
you
yeah.
can't mess with Lil Mo because Big Mo, ain't no joke.
Yeah.
But that's no longer there.
Yeah.
That's no longer there. Fathers are not taking care of their kids, don't care about their kids a lot of
Yeah.
times. And by no means am I trying to stereotype all men. So please don't hit me with the all. Any conversation that I have, I'm not talking about all because that's too inclusive. But it is a large number. And if you pretend that it's not growing or it hasn't grown,
Right.
then it's just that you're pretending.
Right.
The job market has changed.
Right.
It was a study done that showed women who are more educated are less likely to be in families and less likely to have children.
Right.
Well, who's the number one educated person in the U.S.?
Yeah.
It's the African American female.
Right,
I think that was
absolutely.
done intentionally.
Yeah.
I strongly believe in social engineering against the African American male. Yeah, one of you other Kings can take it if you like, because I can keep going,
Trevor?
but I'm trying not
Well,
to.
like Doc said, I think African American women have raised themselves to a higher level in society here in America, and that African American brothers have sort of lagged behind, like you said. They make more money, they're more educated, they have better position in society, they're more responsible. And I think black men essentially need to step our games up to match that situation, so we don't
I
get
could agree with you
left
more.
behind.
Absolutely.
I think that's something that's, what can I say, isolated or germane to us as black men. You know, we sort of don't really hold ourselves up to as high a standard, I think, that we could and that we should.
Right.
But our sisters are out there doing it for themselves.
Absolutely.
I would like to piggyback off of something you said the other week. You said that being educated, speaking properly was frowned upon, right?
As children.
From way back when, like you said,
Your mic.
The guys used to have they would have jobs. They had trades. They were plumbers. They were builders. They were welders. They were this, that, and the other. Now the job market has changed, and it's true. There are a lot of educated females, but I don't want anybody to mistake me when I say an educated woman is a beautiful thing.
Absolutely.
However, if you're an educated woman, but you still look down upon a man for hardships that he himself, can't seem to get past. For instance, I will speak from experience and tell someone, just like this here, I have been to prison, right? And society is unforgiving. Even when you pay your debt to society, they still come at you about something that you no longer do.
Right, absolutely.
In different kinds
in
of subtle
different types of ways, right?
Yeah.
So when you get down to it, it's not that black men don't want to be the providers, right? But the roles that are given to us, that they are giving us, are thugs, criminals, lower level, whatever, right? They would rather have us doing lower level work and paying us mediocre while actually preying upon our women's beauty and everything else. Of course, they're going to want them in office. Of course, they're going to want a woman that's educated, that's beautiful, or whatever, and all, rather than to look at a man.
Right.
And when you do that right there, you do diminish what comes into the household. If a woman is making more, why would she need you? If a woman is capable of doing it without you, why should she need you? Right? And with that being said, yeah, we've been relegated to be in the background or whatever the case may be, but man,
Right.
it's hard.
I've heard the term so many times. Women use outbursts, even an argument in a high emotional relationship with men. I don't need a man. I don't need you, and I don't want you. And that man gets into that role of, well, she doesn't need me for anything, because for many years from the very start, the woman to me has been the instrument of the family. The black man, and my father showed us that. My father was a guy who was about 6'4", about 275, 80 pounds, a Paul Bunyan type of man. You understand what I'm saying?
Black
About like
Paul
Doc's
Bunyan.
dad.
Understood.
And he created within us, a sense of fear, a sense of urgency, just a sense of being awareness, and we felt that within the family home. If somebody was to break in our house, but we felt like we're going to stay in the bed because they got hell to pay.
Exactly.
If my daddy catch them in here, you know what I'm saying? But now, it's almost like you have to alarm the whole house like Fort Knox because the black man is not there.
Exactly.
Well, I wanted to jump on something that you were saying, King Mel. You said if a woman is making money,
Yes.
more money or a lot of money, and it puts the man in the position of feeling like, well, what should they need you for? Why they need you?
Yes.
That's basically what you said. If he's not providing dough, if he's not coming home with the money, what she need you for?
Yeah.
My opinion on that is that even if you are in a position where you're not bringing home money as a
Right.
man,
Yeah.
first of all, it doesn't have to be permanent.
Right.
It can be temporary.
Temporary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Secondly, find another role for yourself other than the moneymaker in that moment.
Yeah.
Do something different. Make
Cut the
yourself
grass,
useful
keep around
in
the
some,
house.
some
as
other
a-
kind of way. You
Take
know,
care of the kids.
domestically,
Yeah, yeah.
artistically,
Yeah,
creatively. You know, you can cook for the woman. You can find another role, but it doesn't have to be a permanent situation. It can only be temporary. So, my point was just that I feel like, we as men, we feel like we have to bring home the bacon.
Okay.
And in a situation like what we
Right.
experiencing right now, COVID-19, it might be hard to do that.
But let me ask you
Find
this quick
another
question.
role.
Why would it be temporary for the man, but it's never temporary for the lady? Her job is never temporary. Always constantly doing something, always constantly going.
Well, we're constantly going to break.
Absolutely.
But when we come back, we'll address
Absolutely.
We
the
will be back.
Hold that thought. We'll be right
Yes.
back. You are tuned in to Talk Show Kings. We'll be back.
Definitely.
Are you an artist, a writer of spoken word? Do you have content ready but need exposure? Get to know me. I'm Alicia, host of a new Facebook live stream show called The Flavor, where we promote local and international talent of all genres. Here are some rules and regulations to the videos that we'll be accepting. They must be radio ready, no cursing, no lewd language. You must send us contact information as well as a YouTube link to your video so we can extract it from there. Email us at 1061tv@gmail.com, and we thank you for your time.
Welcome to Burke's Jewelry. How may I help you?
We're looking for engagement rings.
We offer a wide selection. However, I believe we have just what you're looking for. Burke's Jeweler is your family's jeweler at 491 Flat Shoals Avenue Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia 30316 in East Atlanta Village.
What's up, family? Welcome to another edition of Talk Show Kings. Oh, I'm not king at all.
Hold on, D. Joe Biden?
D. Joe Biden.
And the thing about what the CDC is saying now is that once these tests are allocated to the people that need the test, those numbers are going to skyrocket it.
We can do that. Hey, you can go to Egypt, but you better have your little black ass back on this porch. And stand like that. Street light come on, you ain't there.
If I give my woman 100% and she hurts me, see, I ain't got nothing to give nobody else because she's taking it all. Hit that welcome back song.
Welcome back to that same old place that we laughed about.
Yeah.
Well, the names of this come around. Okay,
I'm glad we can snap on point because harmonizing would be horrible. I can't sing.
Kings, and this is how we do it. Welcome back to the set. We're so glad that you tuned back in with us. We were talking about the black man and the family. We are talking about the black man losing the power, the black man going through the struggle, the everyday struggle that all black men go through, but most importantly, the family tradition, the family life, the wife, the husband, everything that a black man stands for is somewhat being lost, Trevor,
And
in the relationship.
I was saying, historically, it's been our responsibility to bring home the bacon. We have to make all the money. And I was saying that doesn't have to be so. And in particular, in a situation like COVID-19, where it's not a lot of work and the economy is being hit hard, we can find other roles in the house to perform. Am I right, King Doc?
Definitely. What you said made my ass itch, bruh.
Whoa, wait a minute.
I gotta be honest because
I'm a little nervous about it.
okay, well let me go to a couple of comments. Asking said, even if my income is more, I would want my man to run the show, as long as he is doing his part. Exactly, Cup. Torrance Bell, T is a real good friend of mine, and he said since slavery, social engineering putting black women against black men has occurred. T, I was just jumping on that. I don't think it's about money. I think it's about dying masculinity of men. Whoa, bruh. T, we think so much alike. You can't lead women when you're spending half your time as a man trying to be one. Woo! Now, whoa. My turn, because I got to go in on this. Social engineering has taught us that it's all about money. That if you don't have this, that, and the other financially, that you're nothing. Well, we weren't always a people that just thrived around money. When I was little, we didn't have much money, but I was so happy. My dad and my mom always had music playing. I know the catalog to Motown because that was time to clean up. There was always dancing. There was always some kind of party. The kids on the block was always together outside playing. That atmosphere, to me, was priceless. It wasn't just about money. You have to have money to survive.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. But on that same note, the male in the house took on the role of making sure that the kids were taken care of.
Right.
By taking care of, you got your butt up and cleaned up when your mama said it. You didn't give your mama lip. I
Right.
saw this video where this boy slapped his mom
Yeah.
because she said something to him in front of his friends.
Yep.
I would
That's
not even
crazy.
think about slapping my mom because of the fear I would have had, not only her, but if
But
my
him.
dad knew that I was thinking that, there's a thing called a shut up challenge, right? Where these kids are telling their mom to shut up to see their dad's reaction. You couldn't pay me to do that because if my dad caught me, that would have been the last thing I ever said.
Yeah.
You know, he'd have snatched my tongue out and beat me with it.
Yeah.
So,
Man.
you know, I mean, that whole idea of now everything's relegated to finance. No,
Yeah.
that's social engineering. That's why they intentionally offer all these women scholarships and things of that nature
Yeah,
to
yeah.
make her think that she don't need the man.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we need each other.
Absolutely.
We need each other to rear our kids strong and healthy because our mindset is different. My father taught me that it's my job to protect, to provide, to so on and so forth.
Okay.
So I do the best I can. But if there's a certain level that my woman wants that I can't provide her, I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to always try to upgrade myself, but then I'm be looking for her to help me. But I guarantee you that nobody's going to disrespect my woman in front of me. I guarantee you that our kids, her kids, other people are not going to come at my woman or the children incorrectly while I'm there because I'm just not going to have it. And if I'm not there and she tells me, then I'm coming at you because now you got to apologize to her or, you know, it is what it is.
Absolutely.
You know what?
You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that that's what a man has to do, in my opinion.
I would like to take the time to make this a little personal for me, right?
Right.
All right. So my son's mother and I aren't together, right? I remember a time where when she first got pregnant, you know, I had a 1-bedroom apartment, but she had moved in with me. I was out of town working. I told her to go ahead and just go look for another place so when we got back, we could move out or whatever, right? She didn't do that. She was always saying it was something other, you know, added it to my bank account so she could pay the bills, whatever. But long story short, I ended up moving into a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment in Cumberland, right? Supposed to have been upgraded, quote unquote, supposedly. Raggedy is what it turned out to be.
Right.
She lost her job due to her mouth and her attitude while she was pregnant.
Right.
I ended up paying her car note, paying the rent, paying her car insurance, doing everything, you know, blah, blah, blah. You know, she was kind of bougie. She didn't want to take the regular prenatal. She had to have the organic prenatals and all that. Long story short, after everything was said and done, she came, you know, I didn't have my place anymore, right? So she says to me, not this last Father's Day last year, when she didn't allow me to see my son for another 8 months after that Father's Day, right? She came and picked him up early. She said, N-word. She said, you don't have your own car. You don't have your own place. Says, you don't have the basics. N-word, you pathetic. Minding you that it's because of my hard work, back breaking, back hurting, everything, that you still have your car. You still have your car insurance. You were able to drive that, right? Here's the thing. This day and age of social media and the things that people see in these reality TV shows, the fact is it's just a reality TV show, and that's not the reality of most individuals. They live their life through what they see on camera. The women think that this is what's supposed to happen. A lot of men think that it's supposed to happen this way for them, as far as women is concerned. They act like they don't need each other. Women have become feminists, and like you say, a lot of men are spending their time trying to be more like women, want to be this, that, and pretty, and the other.
That's what T said.
When I say this thing, I want you guys to understand that everything that, when we talk about it, I try to take personal experiences and tell you something. You know how hurtful that was for me to have sacrificed that sweat, those back pains, coming home after 12 to 15-hour days every day, except for maybe a Sunday. You know what I'm saying? I'm working 5 and 6 days a week.
Right.
It's painful to see a person not appreciate your hard work. Only when it benefits them. Rest of the time, it's just mouth. Men disrespect the women disrespect the men, and there's no unity in the household.
Right.
You know?
But what you just described is social engineering to the fullest. That's exactly what you're describing. Because socially, we're trained to only look for that Men have been trained that women are sexual objects. Women have been trained that men are financial objects.
Yeah.
So if the woman is not providing sex, she's no good. It doesn't matter if she's sick or
Right.
something to that effect.
Right.
If she can't give you the sex that you want at the time you want it,
Right.
she's no good. Women are taught that if a man is not providing the finances that she wants, then he's no good.
Yeah.
That's BS. That's
Facts.
nonsense. We have to unlearn that nonsense.
Right.
We have to unlearn it. We have to take more pride in each other and who we are as people.
That's the key
The
word is
content of
pride.
the character.
Yeah.
When a man takes pride in in anything that he does, chances are he can become successful of it. And I think what black men are doing, and I do strongly say black men are doing, we're rolling the dice on our integrity. We're crapping out on our morals.
Okay.
We're losing the respect of the black women because we keep rolling Lil Joe back door. You out. We keep rolling snake eyes when you should be rolling 7-Elevens.
He just took it to the streets.
So what I'm saying to you guys is be strong in any relationship. If the relationship is only meant to last 2 weeks, let it last 2 weeks and be gone. Why take a 2-week relationship and turn it into 2 years and waste that time, waste that person's time, and then nothing comes out of it?
So
It becomes
my
irrelevant.
My question to you is,
Yes, sir.
after you said that black men are rolling the dice on their integrity, right?
Right.
Are black women rolling the dice on the way they respect and treat the men? Because if a man isn't feeling like he's being respected,
Right.
if a man isn't feeling appreciated,
I can't wait to
you know what I
answer
mean?
this. Yeah.
Where does he go from there? Like, because that just opens the door
Okay.
for somebody else to step in
Right.
when you're not appreciating what you have at home.
When God made human, he made man first. He made man first. Eliminate the woman. Take her total out the picture. He made man understand what a man's role is. Take woman out the picture. He later added the woman. So it's the man's responsibility to do what it is that he needs to do. Doc, you said this several shows ago about if black men did this, if black men took care of the women, if black men took care of the children. Because why? It's his responsibility because God chose him to do that. Stop.
I didn't correlate it to God.
Black women,
because
it's not you. Trust me.
I didn't correlate it to God because I believe that the black woman was here first. The oldest skeleton that was ever found, the oldest human remains, full human, was that of a black woman. You can't get life from a male without a female. So I believe the black woman was here first. I believe that all people are black. I believe as people travel to different locations, ate different foods, and experienced different climates, that their skin tone and their facial features and things of that nature change because of their climate and their diet. However, I believe that everybody's just a different tone of melanin. I don't think that all these quote-unquote races exist. In fact, if we wanted a history lesson, I can go to and show you where it doesn't.
And
But
that's
not
Doc's
the point.
opinion. It's not the opinion of the show or the
But-
other kings
and
on the
also,
show.
my opinion, when we were talking about the man's responsibility,
Mm-hmm.
I strongly feel because we're larger, because we're more intimidating with our presence. I know that I have a presence when I walk into a room, people
Mm-hmm.
observe me. I always tell my lady that I feel like that wherever we go, everybody's going to look at her, and that brings me pride to know
Right.
that I'm with the baddest woman in the room, no matter where I go. I tell her that, and I strongly believe it. But all I'm saying is that because of my size, because of my physical stature, then I feel like that I'm always protecting her, that I have something that she doesn't, that she doesn't have to worry about certain things when she's with me. She can concentrate on her. She has several degrees, she has all this other stuff, and I commend her for it. But on that same note, you have to have fun. You have to have,
Right.
I want to ask a question.
Run it.
I want to ask a question. What do you think about the theory that a man's only real purpose for a woman is for him to protect her from other men? That's his only real biological purpose, because everything else she can do. She can make money, she can work, She can bear children. She can do everything else. The only thing that a woman can't do is protect herself from another man. So
I've
what do you
never
think
thought
about
of
that?
that. I've never been approached with that. But with that, just on a quick note, I can see it. I can see it. But on that same note, I think companionship matters a lot.
True.
Because humans
Absolutely.
are herd animals, so we're used to being around each other, and we're more comfortable when we have someone to talk to and someone to share.
But
and
that
express
doesn't
ourselves.
that person could be another woman. That doesn't necessarily mean that community is a community of males and females. It's just a scientific fact. that I read somewhere.
I just got a question for you. All right.
Scientific
So
theory.
you said that
Scientific theory.
you said that it was about a man's only purpose being there to protect the woman from other men, right? Here's my thing. Here's my question to that. If that were to be said, right? How do you protect someone from something that they're not wanting to be protected from? Thing is, if that's the only role that we have, right? We're doing an uphill battle that we will never, ever, ever, ever
Accomplish.
be able.
We'll never achieve.
We won't achieve that because that's like
losing battle from jump.
that's like pushing a 2,000-pound boulder
Up Mount
Everest, right?
don't
Here's
see
the
that.
thing. It is because I'm gonna tell you something. It doesn't matter. We'll use it this way. We were talking in the car, remember, right? If a woman is walking down the side of the road,
Right.
men will stop to pick her up.
Absolutely.
Right.
If a man is walking down the side of the road
Ain't
in the
nobody picking
rain,
that nigga up.
they will bypass them. You will have a better chance of a man stopping to offer you help than you will a woman.
Absolutely.
So what I'm saying is, that can't be the only role. But it works on both sides of the field. It's a give and take thing. If she wants to be kept and you want to be kept, you will keep each other. Other than that, you're going to throw each other by the wayside.
And other than that, hold that thought. We'll be right back.
Already?
You are tuned in to Talk Show Kings. But before we go, we want to give a little shout out to this wonderful, amazing jeweler company called Burt's Jewelers. If you're looking for a special gift, a ring, a diamond bracelet, anything of special significance to your significant other, then please go by Burt Jewelers, the cream of the la cream. And when you get there, be sure to tell them that Talk Show Kings sent you. We'll be right back.
Size
Burt's
7.
Jewelers.
Flat Shoals
It's in
Road.
the Flat Shows. It's in the Glenwood Shopping Village. We'll be back.
All right.
Welcome to Burke's Jewelry. How may I help you?
We're looking for engagement rings.
We offer a wide selection. However, I believe we have just what you're looking for. Burke's Jeweler is your family's jeweler at 491 Flat Shoals Avenue Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia 30316 in East Atlanta.
And welcome back. Thank you for tuning in to the show. We really hope that you enjoyed us and continue to enjoy us each and every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Tune in to Doc. Tune in to King Trevor. Also tune in to King Mel and tune in to King Lundy. And watch this exciting episode put together by the man himself, Felix Washington.
Felix.
Man, so much shout. And once again, in the back, we got Mr. Jason Pulley, our new
Jason.
guy. This guy's so fast and fanatic. And we cannot forget our media director, Miss Shantae Barksdale.
Hey,
Girl,
Miss Shantae.
we love you
What we
so
gonna
much.
see?
Thank you. But we want to give a shout out also to those amazing talk show divas. If you have not caught
going
these
on,
divas,
ladies?
Atlanta Housewives, they have nothing on our divas. 4:30, TV 1061. Talk show divas, some of the best girls you've ever seen or you ever gonna see. But getting back into the program, Doc.
Torrance
start
Bell.
us off.
Torrance Bell says, do you think white men have the same problem with white women? If not, how about we just ask them what's their secret? Now, do y'all want me to answer first, or?
I think all men, to a degree, experience the issue of just being the man. Because when you know that's where it starts. It's it's male, female, and then I guess underneath that it's black and all the different races. But at our core is we're men and women, and I think all men experience a degree of the same kind of issues that other men experience.
But
I don't think we as black men
Right.
experience things any more than any
Yeah.
other race. But I do think
disagree.
that we allow ourselves to experience things. We put ourselves in a position to have these experiences. That's what I think.
I disagree wholeheartedly. First of all, when you break it down economically, America, over 80% of America is already owned to the point where it's untransferable. That means that the Caucasian race, as a race, owns over 80% of America. Then there's about 7% after that that is transferable. That is transferable, but will be extremely hard to do, which leaves everybody else fighting over the 13%. Now, that 80% put those Caucasian males in a different bracket. They don't have to worry about finances as the minorities do. So they're not in that. And then their women are taught from birth how to live with a man, how to treat a man, how to get along with a man. Black women aren't taught that. Black women are taught how to get along without a man. That's one of the biggest things. That's one of the biggest issues I have with us as a community. We're taught how to deal without each other. These single mothers who feel that a man is not going to treat them right, and they'll teach their daughters how to live without a male. And these men who have made her feel that way, we need to make sure that our daughters know how a man should treat a woman. I open the doors for my lady. I open the doors for her niece, my daughters, for any woman. If I'm walking in a restaurant and a woman's walking behind me, I will wait until she comes in so I can hold the door for her. I feel like that our young men need to see that kind of things. They need to understand balancing a checkbook and things of that nature. They need to understand what it means to be a man and what it means on respecting a woman. And I'm not saying kiss a woman's behind and that everything she says is right. I'm not saying that by any stretch of imagination. Be who you are. Never negate the strength that you have. Never negate your ideas and what you think. However, discuss them with her because she's going to have a different point of view than you have. And a lot of times that will give you a better roundabout view of the world, of things. And that's one of the biggest things I like about my woman is I can talk to her about things and get a different point of view. Now, ultimately, whatever decision I make is my decision. You know, she's not going to leave me for making a decision. And if I go with what she said or if I go with some derivative of what both of us are saying, it's still, I have a better perspective of all of the viewpoints. That's one of the biggest things I like about a male and female relationship because I feel like it gives you a better perspective.
Okay, so my question is, you said you don't view it that way, right?
Right.
All right. White men. Let's just gonna use white men for example. I've seen plenty of white women disrespect white men, disrespect them whether they have money or whether they don't.
Excuse me.
But as far as black men and black women are concerned, this right here, this was engineered for us. We are following what our oppressors set in front of us. It wasn't always like this. You know, we are a people who don't even know our real, true last names or heritage or religion or anything. We are following the precedents that was set already in front of us. This wasn't so at first. You know, when you ask any of the white men, have they ever seen a black man quarter a white man? You know what quartering is, right?
Question.
Quartering is when they took black men and they would take the entire horse to each limb and beat the horse until the horses snatch the body apart in front of their families. You lose a lot of respect when you feel like the alpha in front of you can't protect you. And as this continues to go on down the line and you steal from us as a people financially, ideas, and you prosper off of that right there, of course you're gonna have that. Then you engineer a government that we have to be dependent upon. Even though they try to make it seem like black people are on welfare more than white people, that's just not so. We don't have the numbers to do that. There are more of them on it. But what I'm saying is, with everything set in front of us, right? The only thing we can do right now as black men and black women is to come together, educate one another, educate our children outside of the school system that's
Right.
educating us, because they're not going to tell us the truth.
Now I'm gonna piggyback
Bruh,
off
you
of
gonna
what
take all the time?
I'm gonna piggyback off
Go ahead.
Trevor's answer to you guys. The black woman and the white woman, two different. Their mindset is different.
Agreed.
Their way of life are different. Everything is different when it comes to how a white woman treats a white man or how a black woman treats a black man. And it's totally different. So you're gonna get two different aspects of life when you try to compare it, and it's gonna be totally different.
Can I
because the
jump in
black-
just real quickly? And I don't know if I'm allowed to
Yeah.
say this.
Bro, you're allowed to say everything.
I'm not married to either a black woman or
Right,
a white woman.
right, I know,
I'm married to an Asian woman.
Absolutely.
So I stepped completely outside of both of those
Right.
paradigms and went a completely different direction. And I'm just saying that to say the truth of the matter is I really don't know what the experience is in
Right.
America for a black man and a black woman. I don't know what is going on inside that household.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I do know
Yeah.
y'all talk about it a lot.
Yeah,
Y'all
yeah.
be really,
Oh,
really
yeah.
talking
Oh,
about
yeah.
talking
Not
about
trying
it
to be funny.
a
Were you
lot.
an orphan? I
Say
mean,
again?
you didn't grow up with that experience, the black
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
and
I
the
did.
woman in the
I
house?
did. I did. But my parents are Jamaican, and that was a little bit of a different situation
Yeah.
than what I noticed going on with Black Americans. So
Yeah,
my
yeah,
experience was
yeah.
a little bit different.
Outside of America,
Yeah.
you probably will experience something different.
Totally different. Yeah,
Island
Jamaica,
people will
yeah.
experience something different.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, Haitians, Dominicans,
Yeah.
Asians, they will experience something different. But over here,
Yeah.
when you were considered to be of a lesser species, and
Wow.
you seen someone else, that's what they consider. They
Bruh.
consider us of a lesser species,
I
and they
apologize
took.
for interrupting you, but I can't give you all the time.
I don't, but I'm trying to get to a point where I'm saying that outside of that right there, you seen black women envying the way the white woman was being treated because they were oppressed by them. We were slaves, and they seen them being treated so well. They wanted that. They didn't want to be treated the way we were being treated.
You started off earlier, you said from what you've seen all these white women disrespecting these white men.
Yes.
I'm not saying that's true, but the world is so much bigger than what you see. I mean, how many billionaires do you see? How many how many people do you see with hundreds of millions of dollars? How many people do you see with that? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that if you go with the perspective of what I see, then I don't see a lot of white couples doing anything.
Yeah.
I don't. I see them on TV, but I know that TV is not a real
Right.
reflection of reality. So my reality is the people I've seen were normally African American because that was the environment that I grew up in. And I have seen families that stuck together. I have seen men and women that fought.
You
I've
know
seen,
people also.
Exactly. That's what
Okay,
I'm saying.
absolutely.
But from my experiences, when people have tons of money, there's a lot less arguing and things of that nature going on. Even if they split, they're not splitting because of a lot of physical violence and things of that nature, usually from what I've seen.
what are they
From
splitting
what
for?
they're splitting because one cheated, because they have a different little
Infidelity.
opinion. They have
And they
exactly.
split
A lot of
because of that,
time
because
A
they
religion.
lot
have
of
a
them
difference
split
of
because
opinion,
of,
right?
of money.
A lot of
Look
times
at-
religion
I'm saying-
as well.
Who is that?
Yeah.
I'm
Who is
saying
that?
the flat out disrespect
Yeah.
of a man and a woman, a lot of time, because we're so social engineering to think of our roles and what our roles should be, we forget that we are people. And that has to go over everything. The content of your character has to matter more than the money in your bank account.
But don't you think, you said earlier that you like to open doors
Yes.
Right.
and let women pass ahead of
Yes.
you?
Right.
Aren't you fulfilling that same stereotype of
Exactly.
putting yourself inside of a role of this is what a man is
Exactly.
supposed to do?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I feel.
Mine.
That's what I would
Traditionally,
teach mine.
yeah, absolutely.
Right? But I'm not saying that you should teach yours that.
Yeah,
I'm saying
absolutely.
that that's what I would teach mine.
Yeah.
I'm saying that if somebody wants to learn something from me,
Yeah.
that is what I would teach.
And you teaching
But-
them only what you was taught.
Exactly. But I'm saying that
Yeah.
that has faded. And I feel like that fade of the respect from man to woman, from woman to man, is why couples don't last. If a person don't want to go home, they simply won't. Why would I want to walk into a house and the minute I step in there, I'm being yelled at some kind of nonsense in front of my kids?
You
So
know
now
what?
she not only disrespects me, my children disrespect me.
You know
Why
what?
would she want to stay if I'm beating her in front of my kids?
But-
if my kids are seeing that, they thinking that's how life's supposed to be, and it's not.
What, have you ever seen this when you watch TV and white people are talking about how they fear their kids because they let them talk to them any kind of way, treat them any kind? Money means nothing in a relationship all the time. Look at Jeff Bezos. I don't know the reason why him and his wife split, right? But here's a woman who split from her husband and instantly became the richest woman in the world by herself at over $50 billion. Now, money isn't enough to buy happiness. This is true, right? Money isn't enough to keep you together. This is true, right? But what I'm saying to you is when you've been oppressed and treated a certain kind of way, that goes a long ways into your psyche, man. And to see a black man mistreated way back when, and it's just been going forward back, it's just been going on and on and on throughout time. It's a problem. Like Trevor said, he's never experienced that. Right. But thing is, Trevor's parents are also Jamaican. There's a whole different class of thinking over there. And I know this. I know Jamaicans who divorced and they still get along.
I know black people who are divorced and still get along.
What I wanted to say though is, we're talking about like the demise of the relationship. That's what we talk about. Like it's not doing well. You know,
for the black man.
For black men and black women. And it's a hot topic because I'm not married to a black woman. I'm married to this Japanese woman. But because we have these two different cultures, and my wife doesn't speak very much English, I speak Japanese, yes I do.
That's cool as shit. I'm sorry.
That's all right. But we don't speak, anyway, my wife speaks English, a little bit of English, I speak a little bit of Japanese. The point being, I'm forced to pay really close attention to my wife and what she wants to say, what she needs, what she needs from me, what she expects in our relationship. I'm forced to pay a lot of attention to her because I don't know what she wants. She's from a completely different culture, and I have found that because I'm listening so carefully to try to understand what she needs, it forces both of us to listen carefully to each other and helps our relationship maintain itself because we're really listening closely to each other.
So you're communicating better.
Absolutely.
But let me ask you this, are y'all communicating better that she's abroad or she's out the house as opposed to living right there amongst each other? Because sometimes the communication is better when you're not there with your significant other spouse.
She's there. She's there every day. I'm going home. She's going to have dinner made. I think we got to bounce. I think
we do. And it's more or less like a collective bargain agreement. And with a collective bargain agreement, that means that we all agree that we're going to see you next week.
Yes, we do.
Definitely.
It always comes to this time of the point of the show. Well, it's the saddest point of the show because we really enjoyed our time with you guys. Each and every Sunday that we spend with you all, it's a pleasure to get the comments. It's a pleasure to meet and greet people out in the public, in the streets, but also it's a pleasure to know you. I'm King Lundy. I'm going to let the Kings take us out and introduce themselves and say the shout-outs.
Hey, man, listen, King Mel, I am gracious and humbled to be in your presence again. We thank you guys for tuning in. To my friends, family, you know what I'm saying? Baby girl, how you doing? I'm here. Just want to say y'all keep tuning in and hopefully you guys will be able to propel us to where we're just on the radio, syndicated, Steve Harvey type stuff. Listen to me in the morning, I'm talking to you. I might give a Keith Sweat on at night. Yeah, baby, how you doing?
That sounds more like Barry White.
Hey, I just want to say peace and blessings to my family worldwide, everybody watching. I really appreciate hanging out with these brothers, my man King Mel, King Lundy, King Doc, King Mel, King Lundy, Felix in the house. Shout out to my brother Adrian.
Yes.
Brother, you gonna make it. You're doing what you're supposed to do, bro. You gonna do well. Shout out to all y'all.
Shout out to Adrian.
Thanks for letting me be here with y'all.
I want to give a shout out to my father, Kenneth A. Moore Sr. I appreciate you. I appreciate the things you taught me about life. I like to appreciate my mother. Give a shout out to my mother, Regina Janet Schofield. I would like to thank you for giving me my silly because Lord knows that I have that in abundance. I want to give a shout out to baby girl. You are my heart, and I hope you know it, and I hope I do a good job of showing you that. My daughters, I want y'all to know that I love you with all my heart. I always will, regardless of what any situation, what you've heard or anything to that nature, you'll always be my heart. My family, you know that family means a lot to me. I would like us to get together more, to see each other, to be in each other's face, playing spades and dominoes, talking crap like we do. To my military family, I always give a shout out to y'all because I admire and respect you for what you do,
All right.
because we're tasked to go places that we don't know anybody, and we really have no idea of the big picture as far as why we're there at times. But we know we go there with a job to do, and we do it well without complaining. We go and we spend huge amounts of time away from everybody that we care about, and it gets hard sometimes. But I want you to know you're not alone, and military is temporary. When you get out, there's abundance of life afterwards, and you can go right back into enjoying yourself. You should enjoy yourself while you're there when you're not working, but if you're not, then know that it's only temporary, and when you get out, there's more life ahead of you. Thank you all, and I greatly appreciate you. King Lundy, take
Shouts
it out.
out to my mom, Lady G. Geneva Lundy. Thank you so much for being my mother. Thank you so much to my wife, Natalia. I love you so much. And thank you to my family, my bloodline. You know the ones that I'm talking about. We love you so much. We want to give a shout out to our many, many listeners, our lookers, our fans. Thank you so much for tuning in to this show. Most important, we give God the praises, and thank you so much for tuning in. You were tuned in to another amazing show, and also let's celebrate Breast Cancer Awareness Month. To all the survivors, including me being a survivor myself, just stay committed to it. And there's 3 weeks until early voting. Well, there's a week to early voting, but 3 weeks to the election. Go out and vote. Thank you so much. You're tuned in to Talk Show Kings, and we're out.
Hey, man, we out. Peace.
Peace, family.
Peace.
Yes, sir.
What's up, family? Welcome to another edition of Talk Show Kings. Oh, I'm not king at all.
Hold on, D. Joe Biden?
D. Joe Biden.
And the thing about what the CDC is saying now is that once these tests are allocated to the people that need the test, those numbers are going to skyrocket it.
We can do that. Hey, you can go to Egypt, but you better have your little black ass back on this point. Hey, that street light come on, you ain't there.
If I give my woman 100% and she hurts me, see, I ain't got nothing to give nobody else because she's taking it all.
TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.